Hole 1 is a 310-yard par 4 that can be seen from Dunbar Cave Road, with two beautiful bunkers. With one bunker taking up a third of the fairway, makes for a challenging tee shot. If you can carry your tee shot 250 yards, take this bunker on directly. If not, hit a 200-yard shot off the tee somewhere short of the bunker and have a short iron in. The other bunker is located to the front left of the green, making you think about your shot if you miss left. Hole 2. At 175 yards, this hole offers the challenge of being the longest par 3 on the course. The large green allows for a range of options, but if you're going to miss, make sure you keep your shot right of the pin. Hole 3 is a par 4 that comes in at 391 yards. Aim your tee shot over the cedar trees to shorten the hole or lay up down the left. The fairway is slightly downhill with a green that will make you tremble if your ball is above the hole. Hole 4 is a 374-yard par 4 and is one of the tightest fairways on the golf course, with out of bounds just 15 yards right of the fairway and tall trees to the left. Use something off the tee that is most likely to find a fairway. The green is elevated, so hit a little extra club with your approach. Hole 5 is a 532-yard par 5 that is a dogleg right. Hug the trees on the right to shorten your approach into the green, but be sure to avoid the cedar trees that guard the right side of the fairway. Take a little extra club into the green because it plays more uphill than it looks. Like with many other holes at Swan Lake, long is dead on 5, so err on the short side. Hole 6 is a 410-yard par 4 that is our number 1 handicap hole, not just for distance, but also the level of difficulty of this green. Make par on this hole and run to the next tee. Hole 7 is a 384-yard par 4 with a tough tee shot. An interesting fact about this hole is the tree located directly behind the senior tee box has been said to have been struck by lightning more than once. Avoid this tree on your tee shot by aiming left and hitting a cut. This green has major slopes on the left and right, so aim at the center on your approach. Hole 8 is a 346-yard short par 4. If you can carry the ball 300 yards, go over the right trees and have a go at the green. If not, hug the left side of the fairway to leave the easiest approach to the green. Hole 9 is a 327-yard par 4 leading back to the clubhouse with two beautiful bunkers located on each side of the green. This will challenge golfers to pay a little more attention to their second shot. Hole 10 is a 140-yard par 3 located near the clubhouse with a very fun but challenging shot. You have to carry your ball over a small pond and land the ball in the middle to backside of the green. If you land your ball on the front of the green, it will spin back down the hill. Some golfers use a little more club than usual to hit a longer shot on the hill behind the green, hoping their ball will trickle down to the green. Hole 11 is a 360-yard par 4 with an elevated tee shot. The fairway is slightly downhill with an elevated green, making for a second shot that will provide a fun challenge. Aim for the center of the green on your approach shot because there's no good place to miss this elevated green. Hole 12 is a 350-yard par 4 with a little bit of a blind tee shot. Most golfers miss to the right as it creates an easier second shot. However, if you miss too far right, there have been a new set of pine trees planted to help make sure you keep your ball in the fairway on your tee shot. This green also has a little bit of elevation to create more of a challenge. Hole 13 is a 164-yard par 3 that has a pond located directly behind the green. From the white and blue tee box, you can see an elevated view of the golf course, and the hole tends to play a full club short than its yardage. Hole 14 is a 520-yard par 5 that is rarely reached in two shots. If you want to give it a go in two, you must hug the out-of-bounds tree line on the left of the tee, and it will still leave you having to play a high-cut fairway wood or long iron into this elevated green. The level of difficulty of this par 5 will make most golfers lay up to create more favorable third shot. A wedge in hand for your third shot still makes for no walk in the park due to the false front and impossible up and down from behind the green. Hole 15 is a 298-yard par 4 that is a very high-risk but high-reward hole. This hole has the tightest fairway on the course, with out of bounds on the left and woods on the right, and also a downhill fairway. This hole is very reachable with a driver. However, most golfers will hit a long iron, then a wedge into the green. Hole 16 is a 142-yard par 3 that is elevated. If you miss right, your ball may get lucky and run down the hill onto the green. A fun fact about this hole: if you miss left of the green, local golfers say your ball has gone to Haleyville. It will take a high degree of luck and skill to make par from the left of this green. Hole 17 is a 362-yard par 4 with a downhill tee shot. If you go too far right, you will wind up in a ditch that is hard to get out of. This green is very sloped, so you always want to be below the hole. Hole 18 is a 537-yard par 5 leading back to the clubhouse. This par 5 creates a very fun and challenging second shot as you have to hit through a 40-yard gap of trees and carry your ball over a small ditch. This green makes for a fun and challenging test to the end of your round.